kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
All right, welcome everybody into the Monsters of Speed Racing League round number 11 from Dover International Speedway here on Sim Racing Media. I am Mike Demoni, joined this week by Michael Self once again as we look back at Talladega. It was one heck of a race that was put on. Dylan McDonald wound up winning that, leading only 5 laps. Caleb Collins led the most at 14, finished second, and Zachary Woods rounded out the top 3 for that team there. Point standings right now, Dylan McDonald is leading Mark Parkhurst by about 89 points or so. Greg Wood moves up into 3rd. Jonathan Cogswell in 4th. Angel Santiago up to 5th. And that is where we start this week. So, Michael, how is it going, man?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Well, glad to see at least iRacing Dover is a lot drier than real life Dover is this week.
Yeah, they definitely had to cancel all their practice and qualifying today, but tonight we are set for 175 laps. There are 2 stage breaks, one at 50 and one at 100 laps. Those are where some of these guys get the most important points they can get. Last year, coming through, trying to make it to the playoffs, those extra bonus points definitely came in handy. Looks like they're just about ready to wrap up this qualifying session right now. Dylan McDonald is the fastest one on track, but not by too much. So here, got about a minute and a half. So let's see if we can Like he's done. Richard Gonzalez. You guys have had about an hour of practice here. You guys have made several laps here. Richard Gonzalez, Dylan McDonald, both about 48. Had a couple other guys up into the 50s, and David Mazepin here is 82 laps in, so he's definitely putting the practice to use here.
Yeah, if anybody knows how a car's going to be running through 2/3 of this race, it should be him at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that has been one run, but
Race info here. So the weather is, like you said, perfect weather for racing. The track temperature is hot, so those cars will be slipping and sliding, as we just saw as we were looking at that last little bit from practice. Air temperature 90 degrees, it looks like, but not too much wind or anything to mess around with you there. They're wrapping it up here, and they should be headed to qualifying.
yeah, but that track temp was what, 131?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so 131 on this concrete surface is gonna make it pretty slippery out there.
See who's the first one out. Looks like might be Jonathan Cogswell. It looks like he's slowly making his way out. He's the first one out, starting his qualifying lap there. I think we've seen a few of these guys. Their first lap seems to be the fastest that they've had compared to their second lap. I don't know if they just get a little too loose on that second lap, trying to get more speed out of it or what have you there. But Cogswell's going to set the bar here as he comes past the start-finish line. 23.76. David Mayo comes back with the 23.50, so that was his first lap. Bill Sleep, his first lap was a 23.67. Cody Mitchell up there with the 23.78. See. Bill Sleep went faster that time with a 23.48. David Mayo, 23.50. Oh, Richard Gonzalez, first lap top of the board, 23.35. Greg Wood Jr., 23.37. We've got about half the field left to qualify. Greg Wood Jr. just went top of the board, 23.23. You saw a lot of these guys in practice get down to that 23.18, 23.17 mark. I don't know how many laps that was in, or they just had that golden lap. Wes Fuller completed his lap at 23.31 for his fastest. We got Caleb Collins out on track. Like a new paint scheme there for Collins there. Red balls there. 24-13. A couple other guys sitting at the end of pit road. Ricky Gonzalez and Matt Metler. $23.57 for Balzer there. Still sitting out there at pit lane. There goes Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky Gonzalez does have a win on the season after missing a few weeks. He is back on track and just not in our YouTube chat. Joseph McDonald cheering on Dylan as always. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. First lap for Gonzalez here. $23.42. Right now we still have Dylan McDonald, Zach Woods, Greg Woods Sr., Angel Santiago, and Matt Metler.
And I believe Angel said he was going to skip qualifying, I believe.
Yeah, Angel said he was going to sit it out and hopefully start at the back. Give his back a little break there. Ricky Gonzalez up to P2 now, 23-27. Ooh, gets loose coming out of 4. So that car's definitely not driving straight anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's something we may see a fair bit of, especially later in the runs. These cars just losing it coming out of one of the turns with the amount of tire wear we're going to see with the track temperature so high.
Yeah, definitely think that track temperature is going to play a huge role in this, because we've seen these guys slide coming out of 2 and 4 quite a bit during practice. And as the race wears on, I mean, these guys in practice probably only had a few laps on their tires when they did that. So once the tires start to wear in, you're going to assume that they're going to get a little bit more slick. As Dylan McDonald just went a 23-20 that time by.
Yeah, and you know, here at Dover, that transition from the banking of the turn to the straights is a little more abrupt than a lot of the other tracks on service. So it, you know, it can catch you off a little bit.
Well, looks like Angel is just going to ride around here. 23.60 that time. Good enough per P13 at the moment. As he gets loose. Slides all the way down, gets right up against that wall there a little bit. That was not going to count as a qualifying lap. We ran the same exact time. Got about a couple minutes left here in qualifying. Everybody has put down the qualifying time except for Greg Wood Sr. and Matt Metler. Those two are sitting towards the back right now. Angel Santiago pulls it down. So as we wait for session here to move forward, or these two guys to qualify, as everybody else has qualified and is off track right now. Like I said, we are in for 175 laps. Stage breaks at lap 50 and 100. Limited tires as usual. We'll see what pit strategy comes to fruition here to get the most out of the tires and get the best runs. With like 16 drivers going to take part in this race tonight. Should see quite a bit of good racing here. Oh, looks like James Jones just barely made it into the session here. So looks like Greg Wood Sr. and Matt Metler and James Jones are all going to start in the back rows here. Bring our field up to 17. Qualifying has finished here. Let these guys get out on track. Take a look at the field momentarily here. All right, here we go. So Dylan McDonald and Greg Wood Jr. make up row 1. Row 2, Ricky Gonzalez and Richard Gonzalez. Wes Fuller and Caleb Collins in row 3. Row 4 is Dave Mazapa and Bill Sleep. Cody Mitchell and David Mayo. Brett Balzer and Jonathan Cogswell make up row 6. Row 7, Angel Santiago, Zach Woods, James Jones, and it looks like Matt Metler and Greg Wood Sr. might not start the race here as they were just in the session. So that is the field as they are set. So Dylan McDonald looking to go, I want to say 5 in a row. Take a look here.
I believe so.
He has won. He won at Talladega, at Kentucky, Richmond, and Suzuka. And he did win race 3 at the Milwaukee Mile. So we'll see what happens here once this race gets started.
Yeah, worth pointing out that while the Milwaukee Mile is almost exactly a mile, just like Dover here, 2 completely different racetracks.
Yeah, it definitely is. Especially when they were up there in the Milwaukee Mile, it wasn't quite as hot or slick. So these guys are going to probably have to take it easy these first few laps, kind of get situated where they need to be here. And then we'll see how the tire wear goes as they move on through the race. Pace car is in. Dylan McDonald will have control of the field and lead them to the green flag here. Down and away. Like Greg Wood Jr. got a heck of a start there on that outside lane. Gets up and clears Dylan McDonald. Dylan McDonald falls in behind him. And those two guys are about a half second in front of Ricky Gonzalez back there. 3 wide almost, with Wes Fuller, Caleb Collins, and Dave Mozapa.
Definitely got to be careful there. 3 wide, a lot of times here will not work.
Like they got it figured out now, single file in almost. Cody Mitchell was looking a little bit down to the inside there of Bill Sleep. David Mayo back here, and look at these guys battling a little bit side by side. Zach Woods almost into that outside wall. Garris Cogswell down a little ways. Angel Santiago almost took it 3 wide on that high side.
We did kind of miss Montespaul going into the inside wall there. I think down the back stretch on the last lap.
Hilton McDonald was able to get by Greg Wood Jr., and these guys are pulling away dramatically now from, looks like Caleb Collins was able to get past Ricky Gonzalez. He's the second back from Greg Wood Jr. now. And they're battling for the lead up front. Greg Wood Jr. gets looks like he almost got a little loose, and Bill McDonald almost went to that outside wall trying to avoid him. McDonald down to the inside. You guys are not pulling any punches up front here.
Yeah, I figured they kind of just ride around a little bit for this first little bit, but I guess once you get behind the wheel, even if you thought that's what you were gonna do, sometimes you just decide I just want to race, and that's what you do.
Yeah, sometimes strategy kind of goes out the window. You think that everybody's going to kind of ride around, and you just want to be up front in that clean air, and now you're battling for the lead. Caleb Collins was the fastest car that time by, but he's still over a half second back from Dylan McDonald now.
Yeah, but he has been closing that gap pretty quickly.
Yeah, Wes Fuller got around Ricky Gonzalez. Looked like Bill Sleep went around into the inside wall. Let's see what happened here. It's sideways. Oh, looks like maybe a little bit of net code there. Then you have Balzer get in, Matt Metler around. Like quite a traffic here.
Yeah, looked like he got a little loose going through the middle of the turn, and just couldn't get a handle on it, and
it looks
Angel just wasn't able to keep out of him, and maybe these guys just kind of got a little loose and into each other.
Yeah, it
trying
looks
to avoid that.
well. If
I'm
you
not
look,
sure to it.
yeah, if you look back here, you'll see. Start to pause it here or slow it down. You'll see Greg Wood Sr. in that 64 right up here in front. Hits that outside wall, comes bouncing down. Matt Metler slows down enough, but then Sr. corrects to avoid Bill's Sleep and will just clip Matt Metler there. And then he'll get into the back of Cogswell. So looks like almost a third of the field involved in this accident here.
Yeah, and that is one of the unfortunate bits with uh just the layout of this track is, has walls on both sides pretty close to the racetrack on that bottom, and a lot of times, you come sliding down into it and it'll shoot you back up to the racing line.
Yeah, there's really not much you can do. You can hold the brakes all you want, but after you hit that wall, if you're carrying some speed, you're going to slide up at least into a couple lanes up there. So,
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that it can become a parking lot pretty easily.
we will stack them back up here. Like we got about 2 laps here to green. See how they decide to stack up here. Greg Wood Jr. will get to pick his lane. See if Dylan McDonald stays behind him or picks a different one. These guys do have lane choice all the way back through the field here. Here they come to the choose. First 2 stay together, go down low. Next 2 go up high. Ricky Gonzalez down to that low line, along with Richard Gonzalez. Angel Santiago goes high. Cody Mitchell up high. Like David Mayo took the high line. James Jones down low. Zach Woods, the high line. Rhett Balzer down low. Bill Sleep up in the high line. Like he's a couple laps down low. All right, here they go. Greg Wood Jr. has the button. He's going to get to that Geico restart zone, and he will take off almost as soon as he gets there. Dylan McDonald spun the tires, allows Caleb Collins to get up to second. Dylan McDonald now up to speed, back in third. Ricky Gonzalez in fourth. Angel Santiago goes from the high side to the low side, gets in front of Wes Fuller, and now Cody Mitchell is behind him.
And a pretty good job for after spinning the tires there for McDonald to keep it going straight, because I know from experience how hard it can be to keep it going straight when you spin the tires here at Dover.
Yeah, we've kind of seen it a few times. They're sliding a little bit, and once you start sliding, there's not much you can do about it. But he was able to gather that car back in, and he is up to second now as he's able to get by Caleb Collins there.
Yeah, and it looks like these top three starting to put a bit of a gap. What about half a second or so?
Yeah, they're starting to pull away just a little bit there. Greg Wood Jr. is a half second in front of Dylan McDonald after battling McDonald there for the first 10 or 11 laps there. He's got clean air and nobody pushing him, and he went 23:70, 23:52 the first lap after the caution. So after they get back going, he's kind of maintaining about that lead. Dylan McDonald finally starting to get into it just a little bit. So he is closed in dramatically there. He went a 23:59 that last lap, where Greg Wood Jr. went a 23:78. So McDonald definitely is the faster one on track right now.
Yeah, honestly, this race, it's going to be about, trying to save tires. This early part of the race, you kind of want to just, push just a little bit just to see what it's going to be like. But because you want to know how everything's going to feel towards the end of the race, just, in case you got a long run there. But they're starting to spread out about like you would expect for a race here at Dover. Mostly single file, and just gaps starting to form while these guys try and figure out what they've got for the rest of the race.
Yeah, these guys are kind of figured out, put a little speed on it to see what's going to happen. And now it almost seems like they're just kind of riding around a few laps to just get some green flag racing under their belts, and maybe wear those tires just a little bit so they can kind of know what it feels like instead of having 3 or 4 heat cycles on those tires there. Angel Santiago, Ricky Gonzalez side by side. That is not what Angel wants right now. Coming down to his inside, pushing him up into that high line.
And that low line definitely is the preferred lane. But if you can get it to run, just about a lane up, pretty well, you should be able to have a pretty good time getting around people if you need to.
Yeah, you can see these guys go clear out to that outside wall, and then a lot of them are staying, just like you said, about a lane up. Because if they get too low, as we saw with Angel a couple laps ago, he barely clipped that inside apron there and slowed him down quite a bit. Bill McDonald was able to make that pass for the lead, so he is flying right now.
Yeah, and pretty easy to tell that that apron is asphalt compared to the racing surface being concrete, and there's a pretty sizable difference in the banking right there. So that both of those things can catch you out if you clip that apron.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Ricky Gonzalez is up to third now. Like Caleb Collins might have had a little bit of a issue there and faded back a little ways. Like I said, Ricky Gonzalez does have a win. So he won when we were at Auto Club back in February. He just has to make a few more races and he should be good to make the chase once they start that towards the end of the season here. After this, we do go to Kansas and Indianapolis to round out this first little part of the race. And they'll take, well, they won't, well, the broadcast will take a week off as they head to their all-star race at North Wilkesboro. Angel Santiago gets the lead here. Let's see what happened to Greg Wood Jr. here. Bill McDonald, Greg Wood Jr. side by side. Ooh. Oh, Ricky Gonzalez helps a little bit there. Angel Santiago splits the middle there. Go back here. Let's take a look from first. Let's go on top of Ricky Gonzalez here. It doesn't look like they really even touch.
Yeah, it looks like, maybe the air just causing them to get just a little bit loose.
Angel
and
just
then-
busting.
Yeah, Angel having the benefit of not having to slow down as much to avoid that.
So that definitely shakes up the race. We are 35 laps in. Stage break is coming at lap 50. So Ricky Gonzalez has the lead now. Angel Santiago a half second back in second. Dylan McDonald is able to hold on here for third. But that car is definitely seems a little bit hurt, as he's running almost a half second slower than what he was previous.
I mean, we are seeing quite a bit of fall off with the tires here now, so that's going to contribute a fair bit to it. But
Like he's starting to get a little bit more speed into that car, but not what he had before. Like Bill Sleep might be calling it a night, as he has spent quite a bit of time on pit road. James Jones up 11 positions after arriving with about a minute left in qualifying. So started towards the back of the field. Definitely has some speed in that 45 Chevy.
yeah, we're definitely seeing now, which ones of these guys may have set up more for a long run compared to the shorter runs, and that 45 car looks like he got it dialed in for the longer runs.
Yeah, definitely moving through that field relatively easy, up 11 spots. Angel Santiago also was like, he got loose into that wall, into the outside wall. He's gonna just hold it up there, try and get out of the way. It looks like he does. So he is probably gonna call it a night, but we'll see what happens if he rolls around the pit road and parks it there. Ricky Gonzalez still leading the race. Has about a little over 2.5 second lead over Dylan McDonald right there. But that will all change once we hit that first stage break, coming in about 8 laps here. James Jones up to third. Caleb Collins back in fourth. Like Wes Fuller and Jonathan Cogswell were battling just a little bit there. Cogswell still trying to, like he hit it on lap 10 after being involved in that incident. So he's battling back a little ways, up 6 positions from where he qualified still though. Cody Mitchell down to his inside, David Mayo right behind him.
Yeah, all these guys here are starting to get pretty racy towards the end of the stage. Trying to get every position they can. It's, you know, every little point could matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, especially these guys 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th here. They're going to want to try and get up inside that top 10 as much as they can. Looks like Matt Metler and David Mayo were almost side by side there for a little bit. David Mayo looks like he hit that outside wall, sent Matt Metler checking it up down to the inside. He's able to save it, but he is faded back just a little bit, man. And yeah, it looks like Angel Santiago is parking it tonight. So that number 8 Chevy out there leading the race. Doesn't really have too much competition as he's starting to pull away ever so slightly from Dylan McDonald as they go to the straightaways. And Dylan McDonald really doesn't have any pressure back to James Jones. Caleb Collins, same thing there. Has about a 1.5 gap to Jonathan Cogswell. Cody Mitchell, about a second back. Only ones really battling back here are these guys for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Which is Matt Metler, Wes Fuller, and Richard Gonzalez. So that is going to be for that final point spot to get at least that 1 bonus point here. Like everybody's pretty much just going to kind of stay where they are. Oh, Matt Metler gets into that outside wall, is going to allow Richard Gonzalez to get a run. But I don't think it's going to be enough for Wes Fuller to get up to get that 10 spot. So Ricky Gonzalez is going to pull around here and win stage number 1. Dylan McDonald in 2nd. James Jones comes across in 3rd. Caleb Collins 4th. Jonathan Cogswell, Cody Mitchell, David Mayo, Brett Balzer, Richard Gonzalez, and Matt Metler round out that top 10. So we'll let Ricky Gonzalez drive around here and then get to his pits. So Ricky Gonzalez will let him make his way around, make that pit stop here. And we'll see if we can drag him up into the booth. He comes down pit road. everybody's definitely going to be taking 4 tires and filling that thing up. Like, everybody made it that 50 laps, so shouldn't be a problem to make it to the next stage break. Then we'll see how that sets up for the final 75 laps. Like Dylan McDonald gets out before Ricky Gonzalez, so Ricky Gonzalez is going to start either inside or outside. We'll see what happens here. Let me see if we can grab him and bring him up into the booth. Hey, Ricky, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy, I got a copy.
Hey, man. Well, welcome back.
Yeah, that was a fun little run, man. And yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's been a while since we got to drive one of these next gens, so good to talk to you again, and hopefully everybody tuning in, and hopefully we put on a good show for you guys tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You guys, you found yourself basically in the right position as Greg Wood and Dylan kind of got into each other a little bit there. You were able to capitalize.
Yeah, at the start, we just wanted to save tire. I did a couple laps this afternoon, and I forgot to actually paint the car, so I'm actually in the wrong manufacturer, number, all that stuff. So I forgot to do that. So I told Angel, if there's any penalties after the race, you know, I'd gladly accept them. It's my fault. I know real life stuff comes first, but yeah, those two in front of us were racing pretty hard. I noticed I let Wes and Caleb go by, and me and the other Gonzalez were just chilling. Looks like we were just biding time, and yeah, we were the fastest car on track that run, and it was felt good to be up front. Felt good to actually have speed in the car, and yeah, it's not over yet. That's only stage 1. Hopefully we can get another stage, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this thing in Victory Lane.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you get back to your channel, and maybe I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, dude, sounds good. Have fun up there in the booth.
Yep, later. All right, that was Ricky Gonzalez there. Able to win stage number 1. Dylan McDonald looks like he was able to get that car fixed and back up front, so he will be like he's picking the bottom lane. Looks like Ricky Gonzalez is going to go up top. Oh, no, going to go down low. So the first 3 guys go low. Allows Caleb Collins to take that high line. Cody Mitchell is going to gain 3 spots on the choose, it looks like, as he's up high. Well, that is definitely one thing that these guys do with that choose rule. You can move up quite a few positions if you're wanting to, if you are able to take the less preferred line.
Yeah, and you know, that does throw in a nice bit of strategy that I otherwise wouldn't have as well.
Yeah, so we're going to be, next stage break is at lap 100. We'll get these guys stacked up, ready to go here. Dylan McDonald will control the restart down on that bottom lane after getting on off pit road faster than Ricky Gonzalez there. So Dylan McDonald hits that restart zone, and he's down and away. Caleb Collins stays with him. These two side by side, almost identical speeds as they come through that start finish line. Dylan McDonald down low, able to clear Caleb Collins as he slides up in front of him there, as it looks like everybody else is single file there. Yeah, anybody else? It looks like everybody's pretty well single file. Greg Wood Jr., after coming in 14th in the stage, is back up to 9th after pit stops there, all over the back bumper of David Mayo. Looks like he was able to come in and get that car fixed, and he is on the move once again. Strip balls are wet. Wes Fuller kind of battling out here a little bit. Richard Gonzalez just tied the fastest lap on track. And as you were talking about earlier, Michael, the 45 seems to be set up way better for a longer run, as he's kind of falling back because he started up inside the top 3 rows there, but now he's back into 6th position here. Like everybody's kind of single filed out here. If anybody looking any way to try and improve some positions here, but it looks like everybody's pretty well set after Greg Wood Jr. got around David Mayo, looking to the outside of Richard Gonzalez, but doesn't quite have enough speed to get by him, as Gonzalez stays down low, as Greg Wood Jr. doesn't let him slide up at all coming out of the corner, so he will get by him. David Mayo also takes advantage, and now James Jones and Greg Wood Jr. battling out. Looks like Greg Wood Jr. was almost into that back bumper of Jones. Jonathan Cogs. Jonathan Cogswell and Cody Mitchell battling out side by side. Greg Wood Jr. now up into 5th position after getting by Mitchell and Jones. Matt Mettler, Zach Woods kind of battling out a little bit here. David Modispa. Back there as well. Greg Wood Jr. gets loose and goes back to 8th now after battling up there inside the top 5.
And I'm watching their lap times right now. It looks like, for the most part, this top 3 or 4s running nearly identical lap times. One lap, one will have a couple tenths or something, maybe get a little bit of a draft, but they're all right there within a few hundredths of each other most every lap.
Yeah, they definitely are. As you kind of saw them battle about back and forth, all 3 of them almost could have had the lead at any moment in time. As you said, they're all running basically identical lap times. Even almost back to the top 5, they're all pretty well running the same. Cody Mitchell ran a 24:20 that time, as Dylan McDonald ran a 24:47. So they keep kind of bouncing back and forth, as Dylan McDonald proved right there with the 24:17. So definitely something to look forward to as they make their way through this race here.
Nobody's really creating any gaps really anywhere throughout the field right now. So, whatever adjustments these guys may have done, looks like it worked a lot to at least consolidate the field a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely did. These guys are racing fairly clean. After the first part of that race had a couple incidents in it that kind of shook it up a little bit there. But side by side, they go Dylan McDonald and Ricky Gonzalez, and then they kind of separate each other again. But they're definitely not giving each other any real racing room there. As Cogswell makes the pass on Gonzalez now. Craig Wood Jr. back up inside the top 5 after a little hiccup there.
I'm yeah.
Take a look here at what happened. Wow. Let's take a different look here. Let's see if we can here. As they start coming out of the corner. That doesn't look as bad as it looked from the overhead there. Overhead almost looked like the dirt clear out, but not really. See, it's yeah, that wasn't like way worse from the overhead there than the other way.
Yeah, it looks like maybe there was a little bit of net code there as well. Yeah, said that one definitely looked way worse on that those overhead shots than it did on the onboard.
So Dylan McDonald, Greg Wood Jr., Caleb Collins, James Jones all came down pit road here. Like Wes Fuller did as well. So definitely some more pit strategy, as it might not get him the stage win here for stage 2, but it might set him up better for the final stage, as the final stage is 75 laps.
Yeah, and we'll see. Because it'll basically 25-ish laps difference in tires. We'll definitely see just how big the difference in tires is going to be. Right here for this last 20 laps or so for the stage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something to watch and see how fast they can work their way through the field. I don't think we've had really anybody take that much of a strategy. Our first caution, I think, was lap 10 or so, so we saw 10 laps different, but not really. Not really these 20 laps, 25 laps that are different here. So these guys will pick what lane they want to be in. Jonathan Cogswell down to the inside. Ricky Gonzalez up high. Like Matt Metler goes down low. Dylan McDonald up high. Greg Wood Jr. sticks with him. Caleb Collins down low. James Jones up high. David Mayo up high. Cody Mitchell down low. Balzer, Zach Woods, and Richard Gonzalez down low. So Titletown and Rage in that outside lane. So it looks like we have 3 cars that didn't pit that time. So they could be on an island all by themselves.
And they're going to have to be really careful on this restart.
Ricky Gonzalez spun the crap out of those tires and put Dylan McDonald into the wall. Dylan McDonald battling back up here. Up into the inside wall now. Outside wall. Flag comes out. Let's go back here. So here's going to be the restart. You can see them get ready to go here as they start to make their way to that restart zone. Matt Metler's backing up on that inside lane. Caleb Collins is all over his back bumper. But watch right here. As Ricky Gonzalez doesn't get going, Dylan McDonald's on the gas, gives him a bump. Gets that back wheel loose, sends him into that outside wall. Able to stay off of Greg Wood Jr., gather it in a little bit. And then as we follow him around, kind of gets back into it about here. But his car's still loose. Balzer hits the brakes there. Then Dylan McDonald just gets on the gas a little too soon there.
Yeah, and I'm going to guess he got a fair bit of damage from that first hit on the wall, and that probably is what had a lot to do with that second as well. But honestly, it looked like he was definitely anticipating that Gonzalez was going to spin the tires, and with how he was hanging back there for a little bit, maybe thought it wasn't going to happen there, and then at the end, and then when it did, he just ran into the back of him.
Yeah, it looked like when Gonzalez spun the tires, he didn't get going quite as fast as Bill McDonald was thinking, and just kind of got into the back of him, but didn't quite let off the throttle enough. And like Gonzalez might have got a little there as well, so kind of forced him into that outside wall. It looked like he had it that gathered in, but once he come out of that corner there, looked like he went to get back in the gas like he usually would, and either the damage to the outside or those tires sliding around that front stretch did it in, and he went back down to.
Yeah, and lucky for him, these guys do run with the fast repair, so most likely took that and should be good to go.
Well, the nice thing about A, having the fast repair if he didn't use it already, and B, even if he didn't, there's only was like 12 cars on the lead lap, so even if he did have to come down, get a few repairs, he's still going to be on the lead lap. And there's, 90 laps, Here they go. Cogswell stays down low. Still rocking those lap 52 tires. But this time here, Ricky Gonzalez goes low and stays behind Cogswell. So we have the guys on older tires down on the inside row. Got Greg Wood Jr. and James Jones up high. So that is the way it's going to kind of pan out here. Here we go for another restart. Jonathan Cogswell has the button. Take a view from the starter cam here. Green flag is out. Looks like Greg Wood Jr. gets a pretty good jump, but Cogswell is not going away. He's used those tires pretty well there. Ricky Gonzalez also staying up in third right now. Leaders battling side by side. Collins and James Jones back in fifth here. Like Collins is all over that back bumper there of Ricky Gonzalez. It looks like Cogswell might have been on borrowed time a little bit as he faded back. And as we go look at Cogswell fading back, Dylan McDonald's battling his way back up into seventh, right behind Cody Mitchell. Down to his inside is Zach Woods. So almost three wide. See if Dylan McDonald's going to show a little bit of patience here and let Zach Woods get by before he tries to attack Woods there, and he does as they single file back out. Cody Mitchell going to try and battle back a little bit there, but nothing really doing.
Yeah, and right here we're definitely seeing the difference between those tires now. Yeah, it's both those guys that stayed out faded back quite a bit.
Yeah, they definitely did. Cogswell's currently running back in 11th right now, way off the pace. And Ricky Gonzalez is not too far in front of him either, as these guys are starting to pass him almost like he's standing still as well. Dylan McDonald just ran the fastest lap of the race that time by with a 23:45.
Yeah, and comparison the last lap with Gonzalez was a 23:59. So, yeah, big difference in the fall off with those tires.
Yeah, it definitely is. Bill McDonald down to the inside is going to pass Caleb Collins here for a third position. And now he has his eyes set on the top two. Got about 10 laps left until the stage break, and we'll stack them back up again. Like McDonald is pulling him in pretty easily. Dylan McDonald is on the freshest tires right now, it looks like, as he's pitted on lap 80 after that incident there. So, like, door into Jones there. Jones is able to stay out of each other there, off the wall. Jones is fading back a little ways. Caleb Collins down to his inside. Gonna try and get by him there as well. Now it's basically back to where we started the race. Greg Wood Jr. and Dylan McDonald 1-2.
They definitely nailed their setups. They've been good short runs, long runs, in traffic, out in front.
Yeah, both of them have had issues and had to work their way back through the field. So currently working lap 96. Back in the field a little bit. Looks like everybody's kind of single filed out now. Even back in the field. Like anybody's really battling too much. As Jonathan Cogswell still sitting 11th right now. Ricky Gonzalez in 10th. So definitely staying out might not have been the right move, but depending on how everybody else pits, because if everybody comes down on lap 100, which I don't think they will, but regardless, these guys will have an extra set because they haven't made that pit stop yet.
Yeah, and just because we've got such a small field right now, and there's only 11 cars on the field lap at the moment, not a big risk.
No, it definitely wasn't. And I mean, they had track position for a while, so I mean, who knows what would have happened if that first part would have stayed green, because they both had decent starts there, but it did go away pretty quickly. So Greg Wood Jr. has one more lap to get to that stage win here. Cody Mitchell, Balzer, Mayo, Gonzalez, then Ricky Gonzalez is sitting on 10, so Greg Wood Jr., Dylan McDonald, James Jones, Caleb Collins, Zach Woods, Cody Mitchell, Rhett Balzer, David Mayo, Richard Gonzalez, and Ricky Gonzalez get the stage points. So we'll let these guys race around here. Get back to their pit stall and back out on track, and we'll see if we can talk to stage 2 winner. Had a Chevy and a Ford. All we have. 1 second, let's talk about the sponsor here. The new and used car dealership located in Waldorf, Maryland, which would be Waldorf Toyota, is giving you the best deal on all new 2023 Toyotas and great prices on all used vehicles, providing you with our best Toyota care service needs and full maintenance requirement. Waldorf Toyota, where wonderful happens. So if you're in the area, go ahead and hit them up. That to maybe make their pit stops.
No,
Like
looks
he
like,
might not pit.
yeah, looks like the first 3 stayed out again on this one.
Up here. Hey Greg, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, sir.
Hey man, heck of a run. Had a couple little incidents of hard racing there, but you were able to come back and get that stage 2 win.
Yeah, me and Dylan were battling back and forth, and the guys behind me said it was net code, but it was fine. Fixed the damage, came back through, took tires before the a little bit ago last caution, and was able to drive through the field and take the stage win. So car's handling pretty good.
Yeah, how's that track once the tires start to go away?
Tires start good away, you start driving a dump truck.
That's kind of what we were noticing up here. Well, I'll let you get back to racing and maybe see you at the end of the race.
That's the plan.
All right, later.
See ya.
All right, so that was stage 2 winner. Greg Wood Jr. there. Like you said, good hard racing, and then tires go away. Good luck driving it. So we'll see what these guys do when they have, well, it's going to be less than 75 laps now. It's going to be more like 70. See how they go. So looking through the field here, Greg Wood Jr., Cody Mitchell, and David Mayo all stayed out. Then we've got Caleb Collins, Zach Woods, Brett Balzer, Ricky Gonzalez, Richard Gonzalez, Jonathan Cogswell, Dylan McDonald, and James Jones rounding out the lead lap cars here. And they all pitted on the stage there at lap 102. But looking at the pit road times, it looks like Caleb Collins either only took right sides or just fuel only, because he was only in his pit stall for almost 7 seconds. So Greg Wood Jr. will lead them down here to the restart zone as they make their way down the backstretch first.
Looked like he spun his tires there just a little bit.
What happens here once pace car dives in? Greg Wood Jr. leads them on down, hits that restart zone, waits almost to the end of it, kind of stacks up the field just a little bit, but Cody Mitchell is right to his outside with Caleb Collins giving him a push as well. Collins jumps down to the inside. Now they are side by side battling for second. David Mayo, Zach Woods, Cody Mitchell almost make it 3 wide. Zach Woods gets loose. So does David Mayo. David Mayo trying to check up, get out of the way. And Dylan McDonald looks like he caught the brunt end of that as he is now fading back just a little bit. He was at a high flyer there, working his way through the field. Now it's 3 wide right there as well with Mayo, Gonzalez, and McDonald. And just behind them, it's 3 wide again.
Yeah, McDonald definitely in a hurry to get back up to the front.
Yeah, it looked like he had a penalty there on pit road. put him back in the field. Jonathan Cogswell moving up as well, up 5 positions now. They were definitely battling there 3 wide for quite a while. David Mayo definitely caught the brunt end of that, being in that high line and getting forced out into that outside wall a couple times. But don't look now, Zach Woods is leading the race. And not by like a little bit either. Looks like he almost was shot out of a cannon there. 23:83 his last lap time. 23:53 that time. So Ricky Gonzalez also out there. Back up into second after getting those 4 freshies. And Dylan McDonald up into third. Looks like Greg Wood Jr. might not have had the right strategy there, as he is on those 25 lap older tires. But I think his is more for the long haul here, as he's probably going to pit one more time and hope that's all he needs to make it to the end.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, trying to save set here towards the end probably is going to be the right call.
Yeah, I think he kind of forced his hand a little bit to take a set early after he had that contact with McDonald there. So he's trying to make it to one more pit stop, and then so he has his freshest tires towards the end of the race. And if our calculations are right, that they can make it a little over 50 laps on a fuel run and a tire run for that matter.
Yeah, I think tires are going to be the bigger deal than fuel at this point.
Yeah, so they've been doing about 50 laps or so, and we saw the difference even right now between basically 25 lap different tires. So if Greg Wood Jr. makes it to 125 to 130, he's going to pit and probably get those set of tires and hope that he's able to gain more time and the race stays green so he can stay out there while the other guys pit. But as they are starting to kind of single file out a little ways here, I think we're going to go ahead and take our commercial break, and we will be back momentarily. Once again, this is the Monster Speed Racing League on Sim Racing Media. We'll see you in a minute. All right, welcome back, everybody. You did not miss a thing here of the Monsters of Speed Racing League. Round number 11 from Dover International Speedway. These guys are battling out on track. We are now basically officially in the pit window for these last 50 laps. Up front, Ricky Gonzalez is able to make it around Zach Woods, and he is kind of driving away here just a little bit. We'll see when he elects to blink here. I think they'll probably ride it out right now if you pit it on lap 102 until you get to that lap, 150 or so, 145 maybe. But then you have a couple guys that pitted on lap 75, so I'm assuming they're going to come in pretty soon here to try and at least get some sort of track position before they start going laps down, as both Greg Wood Jr. and David Mayo and Cody Mitchell are all more than 10 seconds off the lead right now, and they're running 24-second laps. So something to definitely watch here.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be long before Gonzalez starts seeing the tail end of the field.
Like Zach Woods might have burned up his tires getting to that lead there as he's starting to fade back now. And that number 60 Rage Motorsports team on track there. But Ricky Gonzalez has over a 3-second lead right now to Dylan McDonald. Dylan McDonald has almost a second lead back to Jonathan Cogswell, and about a second back to these three cars back here of James Jones, Richard Gonzalez, and Rhett Balzer there. Definitely going to see who blinks first here. Zach Woods, after leading, is now falling back really quickly here. He is losing the tail end of 6th position there. No real battles going on track either right now. Everybody's kind of just cruising out here, trying to stay where they want to be. Greg Wood Jr. just in front of Wes Fuller there. Wes Fuller is a couple laps down right now. And the gap from Gonzalez to Greg Wood Jr. there is 15 and a half, almost 16 seconds now. And the gap from Cody Mitchell to Gonzalez is 22.35, so a couple more seconds, and Gonzalez is going to be all over that back bumper of Cody Mitchell here. So what is your strategy here, Michael? Are you going to wait till you basically run out of fuel so you have the freshest tires at the end of the race, or are you going to try and short pit? What do you think is the best option here?
Yeah, I'm thinking, you want to try and go as long as you can, but you don't want to go so long that you're going to lose any grip at all in those tires, because Once you reach a certain point, it's going to feel like you're on ice out there. But I would try and be going as long as I could. Be maybe try and get as close to lap 150 as I possibly could, provided it goes green all the way. If there's any cautions at all, up until about 10 laps to go, and I've got tires, I'm coming in. But
yeah, we've definitely seen the advantage there. Yeah, right now is about exactly halfway between when they pitted and the end of the race. As you see right now, the lap, the tail end of the lead lap is right in front now of Ricky Gonzalez. David Mayo elects to use that opportunity to hit pit lane, so not necessarily a bad thing, I guess. You're already going to get lapped. Might as well get fuel and tires and try and at least get something back, I guess. Zach Woods in as well. Cody Mitchell all over the track there.
Yeah, and I've noticed that McDonald has ran down Gonzalez there.
It'll be interesting to see if Gonzalez is just trying to maybe save his tires, run a little cleaner here to get a couple more laps out of him, or if he's just gonna let him be what it'll be here. As we have James Jones, Rhett Balzer, Jonathan Cogswell all in pit lane. Greg Wood Jr. coming down now, just in front of Ricky Gonzalez. So that's probably going to put Greg Wood Jr. a lap down here. Dylan McDonald still out. Cody Mitchell out as well. Cody Mitchell last pitted on lap 75, so he has got to be running on fumes almost, I would think. The tires are definitely gone because Cody Mitchell's running 26 4s. Dylan McDonald's running 25-15, so almost over a second faster is Dylan McDonald. Ricky Gonzalez still out as well. So we'll see when Dylan McDonald elects to pit. See if anybody can race him down, or since they pitted early, if they're going to be able to hold him off once he gets going here. And that would be, looks like Ricky Gonzalez. He is closing the gap. He's almost 48 seconds, and it's dropping pretty quickly. So Bill McDonald thought he was heading to pit lane, got slowed down a little early, it looked like there, but he is down pit lane. Caleb Collins down just in front of him. That will probably turn the lead over to, no, Richard Gonzalez is going to come down now. So it looks like Cody Mitchell's probably going to come down this time. But he definitely probably saved a set of tires.
Yeah. So, biggest thing, just no mistakes going on the pit road. going on to pit road, coming off, as best you can. And yeah, it looks like for the most part we're gonna cycle through to pretty much exactly the way it was before the pit stops, with Gonzalez out front.
Yeah, the only real shakeup there looks like Wes Fuller hasn't pitted since 102, so he got back on the lead lap, and he's currently sitting right now in second, but it's going to be passed pretty quickly by Jonathan Cogswell, I'd imagine. And just as I say that, he makes the pass.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be hoping for a caution. Otherwise, he's probably going to lose a lap.
Yeah, he had about a 2-second gap back to Dylan McDonald, but Dylan McDonald is driving the way Dylan McDonald does. He's eating up the track right now. That gap was over 2 seconds. Now it's down to inside a second already. See what happens here with Ricky Gonzalez. He's got a little over a 1.5-second lead over Jonathan Cogswell and a 6-second lead over Dylan McDonald. Looks like after everybody cycled through pit stops, we're down to 8 cars on the lead lap right now. Last car on the lead lap is right now the 78 of Greg Wood Jr. He's 2 cars in front of Ricky Gonzalez. One car in front now. Gonzalez is trying to close in a little bit, but it doesn't look like Craig Wood Jr. is going to give up too easy there, as he wants to stay on that lead lap. Looks like Gonzalez needs to be a little bit careful there, as he's still pulling a gap on Jonathan Cogswell. It looks like he's maintaining about the same distance between himself and Dylan McDonald, so.
Yeah, just, want to make sure you don't burn up your tires too much trying to get by these guys. So save it just in case these guys catch you towards the end or you have a late caution.
Yeah, because looking at the pit stops, looks like Ricky's only made 3. Cogswell and Dylan McDonald both made 4 and 5 respectively, so like everybody else is in that pretty much same boat except for Greg Wood Jr. He's only made 3 as Ricky Gonzalez goes down to the inside and makes that pass. Cody Mitchell's hanging on to the back of Gonzalez, going to try and get one of his laps back the hard way here, but not quite enough speed as Gonzalez starts to pull away. He's now got over a 3-second lead on Cogswell here, so just needs to maintain his pace here. 18 laps to go.
Yeah, and he's got a chance to stretch out that lead a little bit as the guys behind him start hitting that lap traffic as well.
Yeah, he definitely worked his way through there pretty quick. There's 4 cars at least between him and Cogswell. So, and he's got, looks like pretty clean traffic up ahead. Not anybody right behind him at the moment. He'll probably catch Wes Fuller before the end of the race. Wes Fuller is about 20 seconds behind him. So within another, if he gets another 4 or 5 seconds, then he's going to hit more lap traffic for a little bit. But 16 laps to go. We'll see if he's able to do that.
I would imagine Fuller is going to have to pit, though. He's only one that has not, only one still on the track that has not pitted in this last cycle so far. Last pitted on lap 102.
Yeah, we really don't know what a fuel run will do here, as almost everybody just pitted to save tires there. Like Matt Miller gets down out of the way. Lets these guys race by. Whoa, Caleb Collins goes into that outside wall and sends Greg Wood Jr. around in the middle of the track, and that's going to bring out a caution.
So honestly, it looks like, that strategy of staying out, pay off for Collins there now, being able to, it's going to be able to pit, or actually looks like he just, yeah, okay, so 72 just dipped in and possibly caused that caution there, but
Yeah.
any of these guys that have tires left, definitely come in, take them now, and then no more saving tires at all.
Yeah, looks like there's only 7 cars on the lead lap. So definitely come get tires and race it out. Almost everybody that's staying out is a lap down, except for, it looks like Dylan McDonald, James Jones, Brett Balzer are not, but I mean, you're talking 15 laps maybe of fresher tires. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible those guys don't have any tires left.
So, like, the top 5 stayed out. Even Wes Fuller stayed out. So, like, he probably hasn't. He must have enough fuel to finish this race. I don't know why he wouldn't have came in to get tires, though. Unless he used them all. He did have 4 pit stops, so.
Yeah, it's a interesting strategy there, but yeah.
He just came down. Wonder why he didn't come down the first time. But anyway, so that kind of takes it up a little bit. Cody Mitchell will get the wave around, so it'll be Dylan McDonald, James Jones, Rhett Balzer on older tires, Ricky Gonzalez, Jonathan Cogswell, Richard Gonzalez. Oh, Richard Gonzalez is on older tires, so just Ricky and Jonathan Cogswell there. On the fresh tires, Zach Woods, fresh tires. And like Wes Fuller's trying to get some damage repaired too, as he's sitting in his pit stall a little bit longer. So we'll be inside 10 laps to green here.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely one of the where you've got to weigh the options of, now, are fresh tires going to be uh, enough, to be able to get through all these guys back up to the front? How much you have to use them up to get there? Uh, and yeah, and just do your best to get.
Yeah, definitely. So so Dylan McDonald was was driving in the middle at the choose. He took his EOL there. So now we have Ricky Gonzalez and James Jones. Ricky Gonzalez on 12 lap fresher tires.
Well, good news for everybody else. McDonald can't win his fifth straight race.
Yeah, somebody else is gonna be at the podium here. Looks like James Jones jumped that start a little bit. Ricky Gonzalez back in second. Now we'll see what happens here as Ricky Gonzalez is all over the back bumper of James Jones. Cogswell's sitting in third. But we'll see if 12 lap fresher tires is going to mean something here. Ricky Gonzalez is trying to find his way around Jones as Jones is sliding up ever so slightly. Like he gets loose into that inside wall. Ricky Gonzalez takes the lead. Jonathan Cogswell, Rhett Balzer, Wes Fuller, Zach Woods. So Gonzalez now takes the lead. So Cogswell and Gonzalez will battle it out up front. They got the freshest tires, and they are starting to pull away from the field here. Backwoods, Caleb Collins is a little erratic back there. Wes Fuller still holding on to a podium spot right now. Ricky Gonzalez just lighted the board there at 23:36, fastest lap of the race. 5 laps to go.
I mean, like I said, no more saving tires. Basically try and put qualifying laps down as much as you can the rest of the race.
Yeah, just stay up front, keep it clean, and hit your marks. Jonathan Cogswell still holding on to second. Ricky Gonzalez is pulling away just a little bit. Wes Fuller is pulling away from P4 now. We'll see if he's going to be... Looks like he's probably going to be able to hang on to a podium spot after last pitting on lap 164 there.
So definitely that staying out longer there for that last pit definitely paid off for him, it looks like.
Yep, final lap here. Ricky Gonzalez, a legacy power machine, makes his way through 3 and 4, coming to the checkers. Makes his return a winning one. Jonathan Cogswell in second. Wes Fuller holds on for third. Rhett Balzer back in fourth. Richard Gonzalez fifth. Zach Woods gonna hold on to sixth. And James Jones finishes in seventh. Let's just because. So here's going to be the pass for the lead, the winning move of the race here. You can see Gonzalez about three passes up. Jones down to the inside. Looks like Gonzalez slides down behind him. Gets a run. Touches him right on corner exit. Jones gets loose. Gets all sorts of loose into that inside wall. And Gonzalez goes from there and takes the victory. Polish victory lap. So as he does that, let's see if we can get Wes Fuller here in the booth. Hey, Wes, Mike up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, heck of a strategy call there. Staying out when almost everybody else decided to pit a little bit. Had that caution come out. Stayed out that extra lap to get a little bit fresher tires, and it looks like it paid off as you were able to get P3.
Yeah, I was getting very, very worried that wasn't going to happen. It sucks that happened to our teammates, but I mean, sure helped me out. That was saving grace for sure. I wasn't very good all race long. I struggled. I'm not very good at this place. And I accidentally screwed up and exited out because I had an issue and I had to tow. So I went 2 laps down, and I'll take third place after that.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of wondering what happened because you weren't there, and then all of a sudden you were a couple laps down and battled back, and it's that P3. So anybody want to thank for all your trouble here tonight?
Well, thanks to teammates for sure over at Rage Motorsports and Titletown Racing. Congrats to Ricky. He drove a really good race. I gotta thank Joker Graphics, Spotter PO, Gutter Pro, Goose Graphics, 213 Somewhere. I got a Black Rifle car tonight. That's kind of pretty cool car. And then our dogs, we're getting ready to lose one probably this week, and this is for Lily, my mom for watching, just you guys for broadcasting, everybody watching. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Right. Michael, you should be with second place here, Jonathan Cogswell.
Yeah, Jonathan, how's it going? Jonathan, it's Michael up in booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. Sorry with that.
Yeah. All right. Tough, kind of tough race for a lot of y'all tonight. but definitely trying to fight tire wear, stuff like that. Tell us about how you thought that race went for you.
Like I tell right away is I was going to get a top 5 as long as I kept my nose clean, and I thought I had a chance to win, and I saved a set of tires for the end, and I hoped it'd work out for me, and it kind of did, but someone else had the same idea, and I tried to run him down. I ran the fastest lap of my race, but I couldn't catch him.
Yeah. All right. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank all the drivers coming out, and thank you for broadcasting, and thank the league officials for making it all happen.
All right. Congratulations on a solid second place finish. Hope to talk to you again later this year.
Yeah, after 3 or 4 months of not being a podium, I've been up podium a lot, so it feels good to be back to normal.
Here. Hey, Ricky, Mike up in the booth. How's it going, man?
It's going. How you doing?
Not too bad. Well, your strategy kind of worked there. Looked like you were able to save a set of tires for the end of the race. That caution came out at just about the right time. You got those fresh tires and were able to put them to work.
Yeah, we saved a set at the end. One of the stage 2 cautions. Yeah, we saved a set. So big shout out to Paul Owens. I'm a huge Alex Bowman fan, so he's kind of my Greg Ives, my Blake Harris, eyes in the sky, Kevin Hamlin. So appreciate him. Me and him kind of discussed what we wanted to do all night. And we knew that we were racing the 27. Majority of that runs. Dylan was really fast, and he was able to track us down. We had a 4-second gap on him, and he just ran us down. I don't know if it was just me overdriving or what. So he came back, and then I guess everybody basically used all their sets, and we had that fresh set at the end, and we were able to battle for the lead. I got into James. People who know me, I'm not a dirty driver. I try to race people as clean as possible, and it was just a difference between, I guess, old tires and my new tires. And I saw he got a little squirrely. I mean, it's my fault. I got into the back of him, so I apologize to him. Oh, if he's listening to this, man, big apologies to him on that one. I tried to brake and try to get out of him when I saw him get a little bit squirrely, and it was by the time I hit the brake, it was already too late. The damage was done, and I got in the back end of him. So I knew I was racing the 27 all night long. And yeah, everything worked out in our favor. Put the freshies on and made a charge for the front.
Definitely. So you come back, you get your stage win, get a win here. Are you back for a while now, or you gonna take another little break again?
Probably have to take another leave of absence. I coach an AAU team here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, coach an 8th grade team. And so we practice on Friday nights. We didn't have practice tonight. So I was able to hop in with the boys, have some fun, and appreciate Morgan, that's my girlfriend, for letting me do this and have fun. I do this just to have fun. I don't do it to gain iRating or any of that stuff. I just want to come in, have fun, and it's better than going to the local go-kart track, spending $25 each run, when I can just come on here and have a little bit more fun. And I've made some upgrades to the wheel with the wheel and pedals, and I got a new shifter. And yeah, I don't think I'd be going back to the go-kart track anytime soon with all the upgrades that we got.
Definitely. Well, it's good to see you back on track. Anybody you want to thank for your victory tonight?
Yeah, Legacy Power. That's the sponsor on the car. It's a company I work for in Dallas-Fort Worth. So anybody interested in going residential solar, definitely hit up legacypower.com. Get a little bit of a tax credit when you install solar panels. So obviously Elvis Presley, that's the dude on the car. He's the GOAT, the king. He's the king for a reason. Morgan for letting me get on the rig, have some fun tonight. Appreciate her, love her. And then everybody at TTR Rage, there's a lot of people to thank. There's Caleb West, Cody, Josh Billiter, Dylan McDonald, Zach Woods, David Modspa. There's a lot of people. I can't remember everybody. We have so many people on the team that it's hard to keep track of everybody. Caleb Collins is one of them. That's my tequila time brother. And you know, Mike, every time we win, we take a shot of tequila. So about to go get the bottle ready, take another shot, and it's party time. You guys in the booth
Definitely.
too. Can't forget you,
All
man.
right.
Can't forget you guys.
All right. Well, I will talk to you later, man. Thanks for coming up, and always on the YouTube if you have a chance too. So.
Yeah, dude. Anytime I try to watch y'all as much as I can, even when I'm not racing. Y'all do a fantastic job over at Sim Racing Media. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. Big things are on the horizon for you guys. And yeah, we'll chat soon, man.
All right. Thanks. All right. So that will do it here from Dover. Go ahead and run down the race results. Ricky Gonzalez with the victory. Jonathan Cogswell, Wes Fuller was able to hold on for that third place. Red Balzer, Richard Gonzalez round out the top 5. Zach Woods, James Jones round out the lead lap cars. Did finish with 7 on there. Got David Mayo, Caleb Collins, Cody Mitchell, Greg Wood Sr., Dylan McDonald, Matt Metler, Greg Wood Jr., Bill Sleep, David Modspa, and Angel Santiago rounds out the field. Any closing thoughts there, Michael, about this race?
I mean, nice to see some pretty good strategy calls coming into play and being a factor in this one. And just fun to watch these guys run. They tend to put on a pretty good show every week, and it's always a nice change of pace to be able to get out from behind the wheel and broadcast a race every now and then.
Yeah, definitely. These guys definitely put on a show. 175 laps at Dover's not something to bat an eye. I mean, you guys saw the tires kind of wear and different strategies come to fruition. But we will wrap it up here at Dover, and we will head to Kansas next week. So from everybody at the Monsters of Speed Racing League and all of us at Sim Racing Media, we look forward to seeing you next time. Good night, everybody.